Hello, I'm glad you made it here. The warm-up is the most important part of your workout. We'll begin with 30 seconds jogging in place. The warm-up that we're going to do together today is my favorite warm-up and the warm-up I generally stick to in my group classes, simply because it covers all the bases, all planes of motions, and primary movement patterns. So here I'm demonstrating a calf raise, which you can do instead of a jog in place if you don't want to jump. That'll work just fine. So intensity for your warm-up as we jog in place, think of bringing your so you're not giving it an all-out effort. Now we've switched to squats. For my warm-up squats, what I've added are I'm taking my arms down and up. I kind of love that in a warm-up, especially a morning warm-up, because you're giving your body a nice long stretch. So as you press your feet into the ground for the squat, you also reach your fingertips up as high as you can and feel those core muscles lengthen. We're already on to the next thing. We're gonna do lat pull jumping jacks. So for my jumping jacks, you'll notice I'm hugging my elbows down at my side. So it's like if you worked on a free motion machine, for example, and did a lat pull. Here, I'm demonstrating the low impact version of our jumping jack. So I'm just stepping side to side and only bringing my arms up to about shoulder height. So you choose which style of jumping jack you want to do for your warm-up. Remember, keep that intensity right in the middle. This is the work we do to prep for the workout. Okay, so we've moved on to alternating side lunges. This is a great one to warm up your hips. And we're also moving laterally, which is lovely. So what I'm doing here is I'm keeping my toes and heels in line. I'm stepping to the side, and that outside leg that's bending, I'm working to keep that shin so that it's perpendicular to the ground, and I'm pushing off through that leg to come back to the middle. Okay, next, so this goes pretty quick. We are gonna do alternating front lunges. So you're gonna take a wide step forward, and then you're gonna bend both legs. I like thinking about bending my back knee first, because that will help you drop straight down. Notice my shoulders are staying stacked over my hips. My core is braced, my chin is level, my chest is open, and I'm just taking it at a pretty easy pace. Okay, next, hip mobility. We wanna hit that. So what I'm doing is I'm pretending there's a little fence next to me, and I'm sweeping my leg up and over, raising my knee, stepping wide, and then I'm imagining that I'm ducking under a fence. The only way to get under it is to get deep into your legs. So step, bring that knee up and over, and then duck under the fence. Great. Remember, you don't have to be too deep in your warm-up because we're just getting started. A couple more of those, and we'll move on to walkout. So this is time when we get to warm up our upper body. So start with your feet about hip distance, and then you're gonna hinge from your hip crease, flat back, come down to where your hands meet the ground, walk all the way out, pause for a second in that high plank position with your arms straight and your core braced, and then come all the way back up. Now I want you to be thinking about, as you come down and as you rise back up to standing, keep thinking about that hip crease and where you're hinging. Okay, so next thing, to continue warming our upper body, we're just gonna do 9 push-ups, 3 with the hands set regular, a little bit outside your shoulders, 3 with the hands set wide, here they are, and then bring your arms back in real narrow so we target the triceps a little bit more. Do 3 of those, and then we're gonna bring it all the way back to the beginning with our jog in place. Okay, second round of the warm-up, I want you to bring the heat, so ramp the intensity up to this time for your jog in place. You can pump the arms a little bit harder. Maybe you bring your heels up a little bit closer to your booty for a little butt kick, and keep it really springy. You can start to pick up the tempo, especially in these last couple seconds. You want to elevate your heart rate. You want to elevate your breathing. Remember, the purpose of this is to warm your muscles. Nice job. Okay, we're back to our squats. So you've gone through 1 round of the warm-up. Perhaps your squats are going to get a little bit deeper. Don't force anything. Remember, we're easing in. The work comes next, right? Okay, so on your squat, I always want to remind you that the first part of the squat is sticking your butt out, sticking your hips back, Imagine there's a chair behind you and you're trying to reach it with your butt. That's part one of the squat, always, always. Okay, lat pull jumping jack. So this time, maybe you think about a little bit stronger through your upper back. So really imagine that you're pulling something down using your back muscles. Keep it nice and springy on your feet. Maybe you make the arms a little bigger, take the feet a little wider, and work a little bit faster to raise that level of perceived exertion. Keep going. Hopefully your breathing is shifting. You're feeling every muscle in your body getting warmed up, prepped for your workout. All right, in 3, 2, 1, alternating side lunges. Here we go. Let the emphasis on your alternating side lunges be a little bit more depth. And then what we're gonna do this round is we're gonna add a little twist for your thoracic spine in. So I'm gonna step to the right side. I'm gonna reach across with my left arm and then bring my right arm up nice and long towards the ceiling. So all that's doing is giving you a nice stretch in your spine. I love this, especially in the second round of the warm-up. You really want to think about lubricating the spine. Take note here that we did this in the second round after our muscles were already warm. So we don't want to stretch when our muscles are cold. That's why we did it in the second round. Okay, so we're back to our alternating front lunges. A little change on this one. If you're ready, I brought my arms up so my fingertips are lightly touching the back of my head. And then what I'm doing is I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together to start to get my upper back and my posture muscles nice and active and prepped to work out. Cool. Keep in mind this is light physical activity. So what we are doing here is elevating the heart rate a little bit and your respiratory rate. And this is just going to help increase your blood flow, which is going to get, oxygen and nutrients to the muscles we want to work. Okay, so we're on our walkout again, only this time what we're going to do is heel drops side to side. So lower yourself down to the floor and set into that high plank position, brace your core, and then just set your feet so that they're wide enough so you can rotate and drop the ankles towards the floor. They don't have to touch the floor. And I always like to pause a little bit on either side. Okay, so we're on our next warm-up exercise. We're just gonna do a forearm plank. I love these if you work out with me regularly. So the forearm plank, make sure your elbows are under your shoulder, your glutes are squeezed, squeeze them hard. Your belly button is pulled up towards your spine. Your quads are active, your calves are active, you're strong, you're breathing, and you're making this challenging enough where it's keeping your heart pumped. Fantastic, you did it. If this felt like a workout to you, be done for today, but come back tomorrow. Today's workout will soon be tomorrow's warm-up. Awesome job.